But like I was saying, what I said was a true story. I really met that nigga on the game. And he was really behind a lot of shit that had to do with motherfuckers bashing me on the game. So a lot of the negative shit you seen, he was one of those motherfuckers behind it. One of them. I'm not saying he was all of them, but he was one of them. And I say that because it was the truth. When you gotta understand, when he went in that live and he had that crowd shit, where you can hear the boo and the cheering and all that shit, and all you gotta do is hit the button to play it. He was in the party with me doing that. With everybody in the party. And then there was another time, there was 2 other people in the party with me, and he was sitting there just trying to talk shit. Then all of a sudden he's like, nigga, you a broke ass nigga. I'm like, nigga, how the fuck am I broke when you see me on this motherfucker spending money? Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You still wearing the same shit though. Your character still wearing the same shit. I'm like, fuck is you talking about? You gotta understand. I didn't know who he was at the time. So I'm saying that. And he's like, nigga, I got more money than you. I'm like, nigga, you broke as fuck, nigga. I'll whip up my wallet and I'll crush you with it, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Like, I literally said that shit to that nigga. Like, it was no joke, nigga. I've been saying shit. Like, I've been trying to get motherfuckers to understand what I was saying and why I said it. But I was saying it because he was one of the people that was bashing me behind the scenes. And a lot of people didn't get to see that. So when I actually ended up in that live when it was 83.3 people, thousand people in that shit, I was literally one of those people in that live. And I was watching that shit and I was literally like, that was him. That was him with that shit the whole time. And then he started talking about somebody. He was like, yeah, he like, whichever one of y'all got talent or some shit, spit for me real quick, whatever. But then I didn't say nothing, and he had picked somebody else, and I guess dude was like whack or something, and he was like trying to pick somebody else, and nobody said nothing, and I was thinking about it, and I was about to say something, but then he was like, oh, if you gonna be in my live and you ain't gonna fucking do nothing and you ain't gonna say nothing, you ain't got no talent or nothing, whatever, get the fuck out of my live or some shit like that. I was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. It was like, I started laughing at that shit. I'm like, nigga, you sitting there trying to get a motherfucker to rap for you. Like, nigga, I could have rapped for you on a game and you would have heard mad shit because I was doing it every day, nigga. You gotta understand, I was posting new songs. Not only was I posting new songs, I was still making beats at the time too. I was engineering, I was doing videos, literally making videos, and I had my crew being part of it too. So the idea that I'm trying to have niggas wrap their mind around, the fucking bigger picture of what I was doing was huger than what he had going on. So when I said all that shit, I was like, and even when I said what I said in the last live and I started talking about him getting ripped by Cassidy, nigga, I meant what I said, nigga. I meant what I said. Cassidy killed that nigga on that fucking verse. What? You ain't hear that Cassidy diss to Tory Lanez, man? You bugging. Go hear that shit, nigga. I heard that shit. I felt like the way Tory Lanez got on that shit, bro, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Tory. Yo, that shit, it was alright for certain parts, but then it got to the point where you was just sounding whack. And it was because of certain things you were saying. It's like you rushed it and you didn't actually take time to put effort into it. Because we know it's written, but at the end of the day, you didn't take your time with it. Because if you would have took your time, put it together the right way, you probably would have came out with a hot diss. But that shit that I heard and then Cassidy did, he murdered you on that one. That nigga murdered you on that shit, bro. No disrespect, but nigga, he killed you on that shit. I don't care how you feel about it. That nigga's like, well, you sit there talking shit about him. Yeah, nigga, I met the nigga in a fucking game and the nigga bashed the shit out of me on a fucking game as fucking hard as he could because he was trying to stop me from getting noticed. You gotta understand something. I was at the point where I was getting everybody's attention. And it's like, you gotta understand, he wasn't the only celebrity there. I'm not gonna mention the other celebrities that were there, but at the same time, it was him, and then there was other celebrities, and the other celebrities were getting attention because they're celebrities. But at the same time, they would bring me up, and then they would try to bash me to them. Because at the end of the day, they didn't want them to give me that attention that they was trying to get from all those fans. You get what I'm saying? But that's why I said it, because it's the truth. Like, it's not bullshit. It's not a cap. It's not a lie. Like, niggas mad, but nigga, that's the truth. I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, understand something, nigga. It's not, what I'm saying is not a joke, nigga. I know. Oh, you don't. Oh, it's cause he don't know who it is. Let me show this nigga who it is. Let me connect real quick so niggas can see who it is. That's who it is, nigga. Yeah, you remember that ID, nigga. You remember that ID. You know that's me, nigga. You know that's me. Yeah. Nah, I never, nigga, my record is clean, nigga. I done so much shit. Everything I did, I got away with. I don't have a fucking criminal record and none of that shit. The most I got was a misdemeanor, and that's because I did some dumb shit with 40. And Hayes and that fucking Peruvian nigga, when we was on our way to the strip club after I had turned 18. Like, it was literally, I don't know if it was the same day or the next day, but it was one of those. And I think it was the same day. Ended up getting arrested with these niggas. We all got arrested that day. And then, well, except Tasha. Tasha the only one that didn't get arrested, but we all did. All the guys, we all got arrested. I was there overnight. 40 was out in like a couple hours. That was because his brother's a bondsman. That's why. Is, I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm saying what I'm saying because I got out on a PTA. You know what I'm saying? And after that, nigga, I was just chilling. I wasn't really doing shit. And when I was doing shit, I knew what shit was like when I did shit with other people because of when I had gotten arrested. So anything I was doing by myself. So it was like shit that I was doing in the past with this nigga and shit. Oh, we on the block, we doing this and that. I started doing different shit. I started moving solo. Because the shit that I started doing, I didn't want it to backfire on me because I had a lot of shit going on. You gotta understand, I was a teenager and I made 100,000, dog. Like, literally. It wasn't from music. It was from just doing what I was doing. I'm not gonna get in specifics of what it was, but nigga, you gotta understand. And the money that I made, everything was under the table, so it was all legit. Like, it wasn't. Everything was legit. It wasn't fake money. It wasn't bullshit. It wasn't a scam. None of that shit. It was the actual money. So I had times that I was sitting there and I'm asking motherfuckers at the dealership because I'm looking at cars and I see my sister was looking at a car at the time and I'm looking at shit too. So I'm like, shit, I got money. I might as well fucking do it. I was literally about to buy a car that day. I had the money for it and everything. Dude wanted, I had 10,000 I was gonna put down cash for that shit. And then dude was like, I tell you what, since you're gonna pay in cash, why don't I bring it down for you a little bit? And I was like, I was talking to him more about it, and I was trying to see if I get him to bring it down even more, and I got him to bring it all the way down to 6.5. You know what I'm saying? And what he was originally asking for was like 9,500 for a Lexus. It was 2016, leather interior, sunroof. It kind of reminded me of this dumb fuck's car, but the reason I say that is because I always wanted a Lexus before, right? And after he got that car, he kind of like ruined it for me because I was so excited about wanting to get at, trying to get it and all that shit. After I noticed that he had it, he ruined it for me. I never looked at it again. I never wanted it again. I said, fuck that car. And I started thinking about a different car. Then I started thinking about BMWs. Then I started thinking about other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't understand. Like, nigga, I got my fair share of shit that I got away with it in my past, and I don't speak about it fully I don't speak about it to its full potential because I don't want certain things to try to backfire just in case. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know for a fact ain't nothing gonna happen and ain't nothing gonna backfire and ain't nothing gonna be brought up and shit, but just to be on the safe side, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather not bring up certain things. But when I talk about the wild shit and I'm like, oh, this person this and da da da, they get away with murder and all, the motherfuckers really did. I got 15 people I know that's in my crew that got away with murder before. 15. Think about that. 15 people got away with murder in my crew. And that's because somebody was trying to get them. Some of them people got offers to be to be police officers. Some of them got offers to be feds. Some of them got offers and they just turned it down and they're like, nah, I like being a gangster. I like doing whatever the fuck I want. Some people like, all right, cool. If we ever need your help, you know, we'll reach out to you. And, you know, of course, we'll pay you lovely. It was like, all right, cool. But for the most part, they're not worried about that. These motherfuckers got money, bitches and niggas. If they bank, we talking big bank. You see a motherfucker in the 2023 shit, souped up, tents, rims, hooked up, nigga. Big shit. Motherfuckers got money. Like niggas ain't no broke niggas. Like anybody I fuck with, they all got money. That's why I looked at some of the celebrities. Like I was glad I was friends with some of them because I don't like fucking with broke people. Cause broke people, they ask for shit too much. Well, when I say broke people, I mean motherfuckers that have no source of income, don't try to look for income. All they do is just beg. But that's not just what they do to one person. That's what they do to everybody. Like my girl's situation, that's different. My girl don't beg. She actually got her own money too. The thing is, sometimes she gotta buy shit, so you know how that go when you need shit. You gotta buy it, you know. But seriously, like I speak about a lot of shit because I want niggas to understand a lot. Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't listen, and when y'all don't listen, y'all making yourselves look crazy. I know sometimes some of the shit I be saying when motherfuckers is just looking at the fucking live and they're not actually clicking on it, but they looking at it and it shows the text. I know sometimes the words don't say what it's supposed to say. That's why sometimes it's important for you to enter the live and even listen. Excuse me. And even listen to what a nigga talking about. Hear a nigga out. Listen to what a nigga talking about because you never know what he's talking about. But when I was talking about 40 and all that shit and the raping and all that shit was real. All of that shit really happened. So when you look in the previous live before this, all that shit I mentioned was real. When I said when I told niggas before in a different live, you cannot talk about Unified Blocks without talking about me and 40 Cal first. That's true. You know why? Because me and 40 Cal created what Unified Blocks is. We had the concept for it. We didn't have the name. I left to Virginia in 2009, and then after that, he linked up with whoever, and then they came up with the name after they had whatever. But the first person I was trying to recruit to that shit back in the days was Juniel. And mind you, Juniel still, they still cool with each other and shit. Well, I don't know. Honestly, after everything that's been going on, I don't really know if they still cool no more. So don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. He probably could have found out about some shit going on and been like, oh, no, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that differently and I'm like, I don't know. But seriously, like, I had a couple people on my list and that were celebrities, and I never exposed them. I never put nobody's business out there. I never spoke about them negatively. I never said nothing bad. I always wondered certain things about like one or two people, but I mean that was nothing. You know what I'm saying? That was shit that I would realize when, you know, I'd picture myself in that celebrity's situation or in that celebrity's shoes. You know what I'm saying? And you never know if the celebrity's trying to, you know, keep a low profile and shit on the game. You get what I'm saying? And I always thought about that, and I always looked at that like, damn, let me not, because I don't want to, you know, fuck up the low privacy that they have. What if, you know, because I said something, then they don't have privacy? But you got to understand, I might mention names. I'm not mentioning gamer tags, though. That's where I get people at. I'm not mentioning gamer tags. But yeah, like I said earlier, if I sue United Masters because niggas took my money, understand something. There's gonna be a shitload of people from the industry that are gonna be looking for the nigga that took that bread. Understand something. If I sue y'all niggas, I'm gonna sue the shit out of y'all niggas, and I'm gonna get every fucking dime I deserve plus more. My whole thing is, I don't want to. I just want my bread, and that's it. But if y'all gonna sit there and try to play me for what I really made, and you trying to deny me my flowers, you trying to deny me what I worked my ass for, oh, I'm gonna send that subpoena. I'm gonna make sure you get sued. And then after that, everybody in the game is gonna know that you're trying to hide, and they're gonna know who took it. But what's gonna make it even more interesting is when my crew gets involved. Now niggas is like, what do you mean your crew getting involved? I want you to understand something. Not only is there 5,253 motherfuckers in my crew, not only do we have that many people in my crew, but also Tiffany is now a Fed. She wasn't before, but earlier, after, like maybe a couple weeks after what happened 33 weeks ago, so maybe like around 18 weeks, she got offered to be a Fed. And she asked me, this is what she personally said. She literally came up to me and was like, Fly, I got an offer to be a Fed. I was like, Fed, what do you mean? She's like, FBI? I was like, FBI, that's what you mean? She was like, yeah. I was like, oh, shit, that's great. Are you gonna join? And she was like, I don't know. What do you think I should do? I was like, honestly, it's your choice, it's your situation, it's your life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, that's cool with me. Because at the end of the day, nobody in the crew is gonna look at you differently, because they know you're gonna ride for us the same way we're gonna ride for you still. Even though you know, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? They know that. She was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it overnight. I'll let you know in the morning. She hit me up. She said, I joined. And she was like really excited, because they had like a lot of shit going on. Pinky, niggas won't believe this, but Pinky, as crazy as that bitch is, she's a cop. That's what y'all niggas don't know. I want you to understand something. Wrap your mind around a chick that's crazy enough to shoot you in the foot and stare at you when they do it, making sure you feeling pain. A chick that's crazy enough to hit a fucking dude twice her size and lay the nigga out. This is no fucking cap. Picture a crazy ass chick crazy enough to chop a nigga dick off, put it in a blender, and then feed it to a nigga because that nigga wanted to rape bitches. That's the type of shit she's on. That's a crazy ass. The bitch is crazy. She knows she crazy. She tells me every day, she's like, Fly, I'm a crazy ass bitch. I'm like, yeah, I know. You are. Because she be doing the wildest shit. But I want you to understand something. Nobody knows who she is. And because y'all have no idea who she is, she walks these streets freely. Literally. And the people that I talk about, She sees them all the time. That's the scariest shit for y'all niggas. Because not only is she a cop, she got my crew behind her. Everybody in Pink Unit. Because she's the general of Pink Unit. So she not only she got the captain, the co-captain, she also got the unit keeper. She also got the legends behind her. And every fucking member that's part of Pink Unit. And that's just Pink Unit. Come on, man. Nigga, we do fashion shows. And like I said, and I meant what I said, whenever you hear me talking about having a real live fashion show, remember, it's $50 admission, $50 a joint. Today, on a game, you might find my crew on. If you message my crew, they might respond. They're giving away $50 vouchers. So that way, if they give you, you gotta understand something, if they give you a $50 voucher, you don't have to pay the $50 admission to be part of that fashion show. But remember something, it's a real live fashion show. You gotta show you who you is, all of that shit. It's not just a gamer tag. Like, you gotta show who you is. And on top of showing who you are, you gotta be fly. Because if you're not fly, what's the point in trying to get the voucher? Because at the end of the day, if you're not fly, if you know you're gonna lose, just pay the 50, and hopefully, if you lucky enough to win, not only do you get the $50 back, but you get the $50 that you gain. But if you gotta understand something, if you get a voucher from one of my generals or somebody from my crew who's issuing them out, you will not only have the fucking $50 fee for the admission to join the event waived, but when you get, let's say you win, you get $100 instead of $50. Think about it. But there's gonna be but it's a $50 fee, and only if you get the voucher will you win $100. That's only if you do that. If you get a voucher, you get, if you get the voucher from somebody in my crew, you get a chance of winning $100 instead of 50. Because when you're paying that 50, you pay the 50, but after you pay the 50, you have to win the contest now. So then after you win the contest, then instead of, because you had the voucher, you got that shit waived, you don't have to pay that 50. So instead of winning 50 only, you're winning 100. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, if you don't take that shit seriously, if your wardrobe ain't on fleek, you know what I'm saying? If your wardrobe ain't what it should be, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't spend the 50. I would try to get the voucher. And there's only gonna be a selected few people that are gonna have the vouchers. There's only gonna be a limited amount of them. So don't expect for them to be like 5,000 vouchers. No, we're not doing that. But there's gonna be like, I want to say like 7 vouchers. 7 vouchers. So 7 people is gonna have a chance to win $100, and everybody else is gonna win 50. Whoever comes in second gets 25. Whoever comes last whoever comes in last gets a code to a game. Whoever comes in last. But I'm not gonna tell nobody what code it is. I'm not gonna say what game, or if it's a new game, if it's an old game. I'm not gonna tell nobody. But remember, it's third place. And that's because, and the only reason they're getting a code for a game is because they're not winning anything else besides that code. But whoever wins second, at least they're winning $25. You know what I'm saying? And the fee is still $50. So if you get a voucher, you're getting the $25 if you coming in second, but you're not paying the $50 to get in the event. You know what I'm saying? At least you making half the money back. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad deal. But if you get a voucher in your first, you actually win $100. But if you don't get a voucher, you're only making $50 because you got to pay $50 to get into the event. It's something to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not about having fun and making money and having a good time, and don't even bother, because another thing is, if you show up to one of these events and you know, got this nasty ass attitude, nigga, I will fucking throw you out of that event so fucking fast, dog. Like, all bullshit aside, nigga, I would literally throw you out that event so fucking quick. You'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you won't even believe I just threw you out of that bitch. At all. Hey, can you bring me a banana, please? Really? Yeah, I could tell you haven't opened the fridge. Open the fridge and grab one. I knew he was gonna say that. Shh. Why is there so many? Why is there so many?
Yeah, just why?
Because bananas are healthy. Grab too many. You can't never have too many bananas. But some motherfuckers don't know about me. I love eating healthy. When I'm not eating healthy, it's because I'm stuffing my face with the good shit, like pizza rolls, hot pockets, French fries, all the greasy shit, all the good shit, chicken, pork chops, shit, what else? There's quite a few. Chicken, pork chops, what's that shit called? It's like meat, but it's like cubes and shit. That shit too. Like beef stew meat or some shit like that. Not beef stew. Is it? No, steak. Chopped up steak. That's what it is. Just any fried food is actually bad. Pizza. What? Pizza's my #1 favorite food. I can't get enough of pizza. What? Pepperoni, have pepperoni, have bacon. I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. Half pepperoni, half sausage, or half pepperoni and sausage, and the other half pineapple and ham. I know somebody's like, ew. Nah, understand something. I used to say the same shit back in the days when I first seen that shit. My baby mother put me onto that shit, and I wasn't sure at first, but I started thinking about it, and I was like, She was like, "You gonna try it?" I was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll try it." It was actually pretty good. I liked it, but I prefer other shit. But don't get it fucked up. It was pineapple and ham. It was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. But after a while, I might get sick of it. The same with regular pizza too. French fries, chicken nuggets, chicken patties. Yo, my favorite things to eat from the store, especially when I go to Walmart. Well, you don't understand. I love going to Walmart, especially when I'm doing groceries. Nigga, I be having shit fucked up. You don't understand. Nigga, I go to fucking Walmart. Nigga, I be spending 300-400 all the time, bruh. You gotta understand. I go out there, I be like, what do I want? What do I want? First thing I'm grabbing when I walk in that bitch, I'm looking to the left to see if they got those big ass sandwiches. I love them shits. Be like, yo, let me grab 2 of these bitches real quick. But then I be having other times where I be like, hold up, let me grab like 7 of them bitches. And like, you don't understand, I will grab a whole bunch of them shits. I love grabbing those sandwiches. Them shits are expensive as fuck. And that was when they were like 5 something, 4 something, 6, you know what I'm saying? Them shit's like $7 now. I looked at that shit, I was like, wow, let me grab 2 of them bitches. I'm not grabbing more than 2. Then I went, grabbed some bread, got some hot dogs. The fucking one thing I love eating, especially for like breakfast and shit. The what's that shit? It's like sausage, egg, cheese on a croissant. That shit bang. The shit that they be having in a box, nigga. Oh my god. Yo, motherfuckers don't understand. Like, yo, I love food and I love to cook, but at the same time, I love to eat healthy too. I don't like just eating all bad all the time, because not only does that fuck up your insides and shit, sometimes when you try to burp and shit, you'll feel all this shit in you. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Why I feel like this? And there's sulfur burps and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit be. What? That's so people don't touch the bread. Yeah, that's just what it is. Don't open. Oh my god. Yeah, I know, because you saw the peanut butter and you about to go crazy on that peanut butter. Use 1 spoon and use a little bit and put it on one piece of bread and then put a little bit on the other. Don't go overdoing it like you do. Have like peanut butter on like 7 different spoons, and no, don't do that, please. But yeah, no, you gotta understand. I love food. I love to eat. I love to make food. One food I'm always interested in making is lasagna, like home cooked lasagna. Man, I need it. That's honestly, when I went to Bravo last month, well, not last month, earlier this month, I went to Bravo because I was, I wasn't going to the big store yet. And I was like, let me just grab a few things. So I was looking at a few things to grab. Grab me some green peppers, grab me some dressing, some lettuce, some croutons, some... Actually, no, I had croutons at home, so I didn't get that. But I got bacon bits. I think I got hot dogs from there one time. One thing I loved getting was those mozzarella sticks. You know how they got that big ass box of mozzarella sticks, but that shit be like $15, $16, $17. Man, you don't understand. It got to a point where I was going to Bravo because that was the closest spot for the mozzarella sticks in a box. I was buying 2 boxes, nigga. This is like $30 just for those 2 boxes. Niggas like, damn. But yo, them shits bang. It's just, and you gotta understand, I don't make them shits in like a little oven. Like I got an air fryer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little healthier than that greasy shit. But sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I enjoy making it with the oil, but for the most night, like 98% of the time, I usually just use the air fryer, cause that shit come out so good. Like, you gotta understand, like I'm like Chef AR in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to miss being in the kitchen with me. And of course, all these other niggas, especially the niggas that was hating on me and you know, trying to rape my bitches and shit and all this other shit. I want you to understand something. They be trying to talk about, they be chefing up some shit too. But in reality, you ain't fucking with me in the kitchen, bro. I'm a fucking nigga. I'm a legend. I'm a legend on the mic. I'm a legend in the kitchen. And shorty know I'm a legend in the bedroom, bro. Alright. All bullshit aside now. Yo, but for real, all bullshit aside. I'm a beast in the fucking kitchen, dog. Like, niggas ain't fucking with me in the kitchen. Like, I come too far. I learned too much shit on my own to even be considered anything less than the fucking best in the kitchen. And niggas like, really? Is that you stand by your work? Is that true? I'm like, yeah, nigga, it's true. But I don't like cooking for everybody. I like cooking for me, my kid, and whoever the fuck I'm with. So if it's my girl, it's my girl. If it's my peoples, and it's my peoples. But at the end of the day, I ain't got peoples no more. Remember that. Because of what happened 33 weeks ago. You gotta understand something. Those people, those were the ones that I saw the most. And the only one that I didn't see the most was Poe. And that's because he, not only was he in the North, but besides the fact that he was in the North, I didn't fuck with him like that because I wasn't formally introduced by 40 to him. I seen him one day on Franklin when I was walking up the street. Where the fuck was I going? I don't know. I was going somewhere though. I think I was going to downtown or going to see some dude no, bullshit. That's what I was doing. I was going to see some dude to get some weed. And he had some gas, and he was one of those people that had good weed. It wasn't bad. But I never went back over there. It's been a while. But yeah, I had seen him when I was walking by this and I was like, yo, is that Poe? I'm like, oh shit, I think that's him. And you gotta understand, not only was I a fan, it was it was my first time ever seeing him in person. Before that, I had only seen him in the videos. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say I wasn't formally introduced to him. So then when I seen him, I was like, oh, what's good, yo? And then I was like, yo, I'm 40's boy. And he was like, oh, what's good? And you know, give me a hug and shit to show like love and shit. And I was just like, all right, cool. And then he was already having a conversation, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let you get back to what you was doing. I'll catch you later. And I just went about my business. You know what I'm saying? But he was standing there talking to somebody. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt, but I wanted to let him know who I was because I didn't know if I was gonna get another opportunity to let him know. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy? It's a good thing I did. Because if I didn't, that night 33 weeks ago probably would have been worse. Because he wouldn't have known who I was. So it would have just been like, oh, this is just a random ass nigga. These niggas just trying to do something with. All right, fuck it, let's do it. And shit would have happened. But I want you to understand something. Shit was different because I introduced myself to him. That's what made it different. Did I fuck with him? Not really, because he was in the North. But I tried to always keep it cool. I never had no issue. I never had no reason to have an issue. You get what I'm saying? So then when I found out that it was him and these other niggas upstairs, that shit threw me off, nigga. Because at the end of the day, I started looking at that some type. I'm like, hold on, why this, why that? And I had all these questions. And I couldn't ask my girl because my girl was up there and these niggas were all in her ear and, you know, mad shit. And then getting beaten and raped and all that shit, like, mad shit. It's a long story, and it actually starts in Miami with Beth. Think about that. It's a whole different fucking story. But it's a long story. And even after 33 weeks after that night, it's still not over. There's still shit going on to this day. You gotta understand something. My girls, I want motherfuckers to understand something. My girls have never been so close to seeing me. Ever. Never. Well, that's a lie. I mean, like, ever since the issue from 33 weeks ago, they've never been this close to seeing me. Never. They're more, honestly, they're more closer to me now than what they were 33 weeks ago, but we still haven't spoken to each other yet. You get what I'm saying? There's certain things I still need to ask her about our fucking past relationship. I needed to ask her certain things, and I never got to ask those questions. Imagine loving somebody a whole year, then a couple years later, 2017 that happened, right? So 2022 comes around, but this whole, even from 2017 to 2022, that whole entire time in between, you've seen each other, you've spoken to each other, you had conversations, you seen each other in person. We just didn't speak, because when we saw each other in person the very first time, not the very first time, the very first time after we got together, we were both kind of speechless. I was speechless that it was her, and she was speechless that it was me. Because if she wasn't speechless, she would have spoke to me, and I would have spoke to her. But I couldn't wrap my mind around it was her. You gotta understand, when I'm sitting there looking at this chick, I'm like, is that my girl? And I'm looking at my phone, like, and I'm looking at the picture, I'm like, hold up. And I look at another photo, I'm like, and I look up and I'm like, is that her? I'm like, oh shit. You gotta understand. I didn't know it was her at that time. And prior to the fact that I didn't know it was her that time, we kept bumping into each other after that. 2021, I ran into her. I don't know where the fuck I was, but I went somewhere, and I ended up literally bumping into her to the point that she was standing right next to me. That was the last time I seen her. And before, you know, what happened, and before that, before what happened 33 weeks ago, when I did see her and I said she was like right next to me type shit, that was when she still had tattoos. She don't got tattoos no more. And if that's a lie. She do got tattoos, you just can't see them. Anyways, but after I seen her that time, I was looking at the chick, and I was like, and I looked at the tattoo. I was like, hold up, that was my girl. And I was like, I tried to like go the way that she went to look for her to see where she went, but I didn't see her nowhere. I was like, fuck, where the hell did she go? And then I was like, fuck. I was like, yo, I gotta remember, because one thing that she kind of left out was that back in the days when we first started talking, she gave me a whole different name, so I knew her by that name. And then her actual name, I knew because we went to school together. But I didn't realize that until I saw her the last time with the tattoos. So when I saw her, I was like, oh shit, I gotta remember that this is this person. Months later went by. Months. Not that many months, but a couple months went by. I ended up seeing her again. But this was from a distance this time. She was just getting in the car leaving. I didn't think anything of it. But mind you, before I seen that day, mind you, before that day, like a couple weeks before that, I had a conversation with 40. And I was like, yo, do you know this chick? Her name is Brianna. She's Puerto Rican. She thick. Do you know who she is? I literally asked him. He was like, nah. I believe I showed him a photo and everything. And he said, nah. And I want you to understand something. After that, I started seeing him pop up. He started trying to be subliminal about it. And when he drove by, he would try to drive by in inconspicuous cars trying to act like niggas didn't know it was him. But I seen him multiple times. And he was just driving by, and I was like, but then he pulled up in a different car this time. And it was a car that he normally wouldn't be in. And he went, picked her up. She got in the car, and she fucking drove off. But then what I didn't know is that was my girl. That shit had me fucked up. And you gotta understand, the girl is my son's mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because that's who she was, what motherfuckers don't know, and one of the other reasons I got heated and I wanted to smack the shit out this nigga, and I still kind of do, but I'm letting this slide for now because I got bigger fish to fry right now. He hold up. Hold on a second. I lost my train of thought. Hold up. Why it smell like French fries? Like, it really smell like French fries. Hold up. Oh shit. Oh, but anyways, so he was telling me that he never seen her and none of that shit. And I was like, all right. Then like I was saying, then he started to pop up in different shit and acting like I didn't see him. I didn't know it was my girl at the time, and I was just like, just wondering. And then it got to the point where she ended up upstairs in my house, and we were texting each other. Excuse me. And oh, the part that I was talking about that I said I wanted to smack this nigga for was the fact that he was my son's godfather. So yeah, you gotta understand, that was my son's mama. You know what I'm saying? And that was my son's godfather. I wanted to whoop his ass. You don't understand, I wanted to kill him. I wanted to strangle him. Pinky from my fucking crew, before she became a cop, she wanted to chop that nigga and put that nigga in fucking pieces in a fucking hefty bag and throw that shit in the fucking garbage. She still does. Don't get it fucked up. She still do. But I want you to understand something. Some of them try to latch on because they try to find somebody that would actually do something. I've been doing shit besides talking shit. And remember something, I haven't been hiding from nobody. I don't hide. And the thing is, you can't sit there calling me a pussy, because if that was true, I would do more pussy like shit. That's not a fact. You can't prove that I'm a pussy, because a pussy ass nigga will never go outside. I go outside multiple times every day. Multiple times. And at the same time, that I say I'm not a pussy, I say it also because I don't need my niggas. I don't need a knife, and I don't need a gun. But niggas feel the need. And you gotta understand, that night, 33 weeks ago, 3 of them niggas had guns, but there was 4 niggas. At the end of it all, the ones that weren't there because they left with all the guns. There was 3 guns, remember that. They all left with guns. You gotta understand, they were trying to set me up to get me. And they were trying to make my girl look at the bright side of being with him instead of me, because he was my son's godfather. He was trying to take me out because my bitch looked at that fucking good. You know how fucked up that is? That's why I said I'm not fucking with that nigga no more. So now, yeah, I see you from a distance, nigga. Yeah, I see you driving by me, even in a car that nobody knows is you. But there's no tints on that shit. So when I look at you, yeah, nigga, you got your hair straight, but your face is the fucking same. You don't fucking change. And you gotta remember something also, nigga. I've seen you in every single look that you've ever had. When you cut your hair, I seen it. When your hair was short like mine, I seen it. When your hair was long, I seen it. When your hair was long and like you could do shit with it, like braids and shit, I seen it. Right now, you got your shit straight and it's loose. It's like what it was with when it was like the box braids, like I was talking about last Friday, but it's not box. It's just straight. Like he took a flat iron and had somebody flat iron it. Seriously, all bullshit aside. And it's like, I know right now he's like, how the fuck he knows that shit? Like, dog, I want you to understand something. I'm not stupid. I know you. I seen you multiple times, dog. I know you watching me, but I've been watching you longer. Remember, son, there's somebody that knows you, and they're not making themselves, they're not presenting themselves to you because they're watching you from a distance. The same way they was watching Styles, and they still are. And the same way they was watching Joel and Poe. They was watching all of y'all because everybody knew what y'all was up to. They knew what y'all about. They know you rip around the streets, you done did some shit, yeah. But what niggas didn't know was that y'all niggas was also rapists. Now you gotta remember something. The only reason motherfuckers showed mercy on y'all niggas was because I told them to. Because you gotta understand something. Imagine having a meeting in one area with 5,253 people, right? And you're on the microphone talking to everybody there. There's no, like, you're on a field. There's no buildings. There's no, it's just hills. And you're in a field. And you're on a mic talking in these big speakers so everybody can hear you. And you're sitting there like, yo. And you explaining shit to everybody. And you telling them everything that happened. And then you sit there and everybody's like, I want to get him. I want to get. And then everybody starts. I start saying, yo, who wants to get this nigga now? Whoever does, show with raising hands. Nigga, everybody raised their hand. That was scary. Because I was looking at all those people and I was like, I couldn't believe it, nigga. All the fucking people raised their hand that were there. I said, is there anyone that's saying no? Everybody didn't say nothing or raise their hand to no. Everybody said yes to killing you. And the other niggas too. So remember, son, I had to show them the person that I knew, the person that was always trying to be a good friend, the person, and I had to show things that were us. I still got the photo that we took at your brother's house when we went camping that time. Remember that? I don't forget nothing, bro. I know it seemed like it because I don't talk about it, but nigga, you gotta understand something. I don't know why you would even think of doing what you did that night. And I'm not gonna put your business out there because I already put it out there. So if somebody really want to know the dirt, they could look through the lies. I'm not gonna bring it up, but you know what you was doing, and that shit fucked you up, nigga. I told you to stop that shit because that was fucking you up. You couldn't even remember what you was doing the day before, my nigga, and it wasn't cause you was drinking. It was because that shit fucked you up, nigga. That's why I was trying to get you to smoke weed with me, because that was gonna be better for you. It's still bad because it's still smoking, but shit, it's not that bad because it's weed. Weed can actually help you. That's why I was trying to get you on that wave so you come back to reality, because you was losing your mind. Like you really was. And then on top of that, on top of the fact that you was losing your mind, nigga, you was going through shit. Remember something, nigga? You told me about shit you had going on and problems, and nigga, it was like every other day, every other week, you had shit going on, and like it would be 7 o'clock in the morning and you show up and you be like, oh, and you tell me about mad shit that happened. You like, nigga, some mad shit just went down, and so then I'll be like, all right, pull up. You know, you be like, yo, be outside, be on deck. No, you don't be like be outside. You be like, be on deck. I'm gonna be right there. I'm coming around the corner right now. I'm like, all right. So then when we talking, you sitting there telling me about everything. Like, nigga, I don't forget anything, dog. I just don't like bringing up shit all the time. I don't like talking about my personal business. I never did. One thing you need to understand, I might say shit to everybody. I might say shit in the open, but I'm a private ass nigga, dog. I don't like speaking about my business. I don't like speaking about my girl business. I don't like speaking about my business. I don't like speaking about my son business. But at the same time, I gotta address certain things, because if I don't, people not gonna know. You gotta understand, me doing these lives and speaking about everything that I spoke about, that shit helped a lot of people out. That shit saved a lot of people's lives just because I did that. That's what you don't understand. I want you to understand something. Some people had no idea shit was going on. I had a feeling something was. I didn't know what, but I knew something was. I want you to understand something. One day, I came out, I got up, brushed my teeth, was like, all right, let me go outside to smoke. Went outside to smoke. I'm smoking. Sound like people screaming, help, help, help. I'm looking around. I don't see nobody, though. So I'm just looking around. And then it sounded like there was a yell, help, really loud, but it was like from a distance. Then I started thinking, what are the chances my girl could scream all the way from the fuck over there, wherever the fuck she was, that she needed help, and I would hear her from all the way over here. I was like, chances are probably slim as fuck to none, but I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go anyways. Let me lock up. I locked up. Then after that, I was like, all right, I'm out. I literally went over there to make sure she was good. And when I got to the porch, when I got on the street, I was walking down the street, and I seen, I don't know who the dude was. It was like an older guy, but I don't know if it was like a grandfather or son. It could have been like a grandfather or son, but he was the one that was standing in the porch. And I looked, and I was just, I only seen him. So I was just like, good morning, and I just kept walking. But then after that, I started walking past Stop and Shop, and I stood at the corner that's in front of the dealership that's right there next to Stop and Shop, and I was literally standing there on the corner. This was like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm literally standing there because some dude just like randomly came around the corner. You gotta remember, this like 4:30 in the morning. 9 times out of 10, niggas is not in the street at this time unless they going to work. So dude literally came around the corner and he's sitting there at the stop sign. I'm like, why is this nigga still sitting there? He's not moving, he's not doing shit, he's just sitting there. Like, nigga, why are you sitting there? And that's all I kept thinking. Then he was sitting there and sitting there and sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. Then there's a car coming by. The car's driving by slow as fuck too. Car finally drives by, both of us. Then the dude's still sitting there. There's another car coming, slow as fuck too. Mind you, the fucking roads are empty. There's no reason for him to just sit there like that. Then the car comes by, both of us again. Still sitting there. He's not moving. He's just looking at me. I'm looking at him like, fuck wrong with this dude? And then the third one finally drives by, both of us. And then he finally takes off and takes a left. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, dog? And I'm like, let me just walk back up where I came and make sure everything's good and then go home. Because everything seemed like it was good. You know, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. There wasn't no screaming, no yelling, none of that shit, no problems, no people fighting, nothing. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm walking back up the street now. I'm literally walking in the street. It's morning time. Ain't nobody gonna be in the fucking road. And then, dude, whoever was driving the fucking truck, it was an Infinity truck, silver one with black tints, dark tints too. They were literally driving towards my direction, but they were going fast. And I was just looking at it, but then I saw the car swerve towards me. You know what I'm saying? And then whoever was in the passenger side with them pulled the steering wheel and swerved it the other way. I couldn't believe it. And then right after that, I was like, nigga, I was yelling at the fucking car. I was like, nigga, bring your ass back around. Come out the motherfucking car so I could whoop your motherfucking ass. He kept driving though. So I was thinking about that, and I looked at that and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I kept walking up the street. You know, I was getting closer to the corner. You know, the corner where the train tracks are and where the little moped dealer is and shit, where they sell dirt bikes and all that shit. I was looking at that, and then I was getting close to there, and I was closer to the left corner, but I was still in the middle of the street walking. There was no cars at all. Then all of a sudden, two cars were turning down the road that I was on, and one car came. I didn't know who the fuck that was. They just drove by me. Like, they wasn't trying to hit me, nothing. They was just driving by. And then the other one was Britannia, and the only reason I know it was Britannia was because she cracked the window down so I could see her. Then I kept going. And I was gonna go home, but after that happened, I was like, let me take my ass to Orange Street real quick. Through 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, this is when I'm out there. So I'm going over there. I go from that spot to over there. So it's like 4:45, and I'm like literally walking up the street to go that way. So then I go to Orange Street, and I'm walking up Orange Street, looking around. I don't see nothing. I go to my old house on Arbor off of Orange and Capitol. My shit was literally on the corner. My house was literally the one on the corner, the one with the fence that's over the stairs. That's ours. Oh, that was ours. We used to live there. I used to live on the first floor, and we was there for a little bit. But when I had family members that bought the house, when they bought it, they put the second and the third floor together. So there was like mad living rooms, and whenever I would want to chill, I'd go upstairs and chill with my cousins and shit, because that's what, you know, it was crazy. It was like we were all in one house, but now it's like it's not even like that now. But anyways, so but my whole point is I was walking and I went that way and I started looking at shit. Then I was like, you know what, let me take a picture of my house, or my old house should I say. Then I was like, let me take a picture of Saba's house, Saba and Tommy's old house. I don't think they live there no more, but I was like, let me take a picture of their house where they used to live. Took that picture. Then I was like, let me go to Crystal's house where she used to live. Let me take a picture there too. Took a picture there too. Took a picture of U-Haul, because U-Haul used to actually be Aaron's back in the days when the strip club used to be across the street from where U-Haul is now. Some niggas don't even know. Back in the days, that there was a little building right there. That building used to be a strip club. Niggas didn't know that though, but it's cool. Anyways, then I started going up the street. Took another photo of actually no, I didn't take a photo this time. I was just looking around. And then I looked at a corner, and I looked at the other corner that was actually Orange and Capitol, the building that was on the corner, and I was thinking about all the times I went into that house and all the people I met in that building. I thought about all of that shit because it was memories. These childhood memories, dog. You gotta understand that. Then I thought about a different Ashley that I knew that lived up the street on Capitol that I used to actually chill with because she was really cool. She was a little BBL, but you know, I didn't never look at it like that. Like I always thought she was cool. But anyways, I was at that, when I was standing on that corner, I was looking at the corner, and I was looking at the building, and I was thinking about all of that. But then I was also thinking about that other person, because that was somebody I actually chilled with before. So now I was like, all right, let me go down Orange now. So I literally went down Orange, and I was looking around. Took a picture of the park because the park looks different from how it used to look. The only thing that's still the same is the fucking big court. They took the little course out. I think that was the dumbest thing they ever did. They changed the playground. The playground was different. I was like, fuck it, whatever. They still got the sprinklers, but we kept going. I kept going down the street, and I was like, should I turn down Cherry Street? I'm like, fuck it. So I looked at the park one last time before I turned and took a right at the building to go on Cherry. So I took a right, started going down Cherry, started looking at the building in the corner, and I started thinking about the time I got in a fight at the park, because the time I got in a fight at the park was the first time I actually ever got in a fight. And it was actually playing a basketball game, and I got jumped because I called something, and it was like, fuck out of here. And then, you know, I was fighting some kid that they had called E, and then some other kid that they had called CJ. And I was like, all right. But what was crazy about that was that after that happened, you gotta understand, that was the first time that shit ever happened. So after that shit happened, he was like, I don't ever want to see you coming back in this park again. You hear me? Next day, I went right back to the fucking park. And he was like, I thought I told you I didn't want you to come back to the park. I was like, nigga, you don't run shit over here. The fuck? And he was like, he just nodded his head like, all right. And then we just started playing ball again. And after that, we just kind of was cool after that. You know what I'm saying? There was never no issues after that with neither one of them. Niggas didn't know that though. Niggas just thought, oh, they were fighting. It was always problems. No, it wasn't. It was actually all right. And it was one of those competitive type of friendship type things. Like, you know, he was acting like he was the best, and I was like, nah, nigga, I'm the best. And then when we started getting into music, he was like, cause he started talking about music too. I don't know why, but he was talking about music too. He was like, yeah, I rap too. And then he was rapping some shit, and I was like, oh yeah, check this out. And then I'd spit some shit, and it's like, okay, I see you, and some shit like that. I don't really remember 100% exactly what that conversation was. I was like 12, 13 when that happened, but that was a long time ago. I said what I said about taking a picture of Crystal's house because that was a memory for me. That was the first girl I ever went up to her house, knocked on her fucking door, was talking to and got her number right there. Like, that was the first time I ever got a chick number, like, that I knew. And I knew that I liked, and I literally knocked on her door because I liked her. And I knew that she liked me too, because the way she carried herself showed that she liked me. And I couldn't deny that I didn't like her, because I liked her. She was beautiful. She was gorgeous back then, and she's still gorgeous. Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? My baby's all of that in a bag of chips. Yeah, I said my baby. That's my baby, my nigga. Don't ever get it fucked up. Let me charge this fucking laptop before this shit dies. This shit about to die. But nah, I took a picture of that shit because I wanted to remember that shit, and I wanted to think about that shit, because I think she had to be the first girl I ever really loved, yo. Like, my first love. That must be another reason why I'm crazy about her too. But the crazy thing is, I was her first love too. Well, I believed I was. I don't really know if I was, but I thought I was, because the way she was acting was the way I was acting. And if I was acting how I was acting, and she was acting like I was acting, we were crazy about each other then. You get what I'm saying? And we were in middle school at this time. So when the motherfuckers sit there like, oh, I knew her. No, you didn't. You didn't. No, you didn't. Trust me, you didn't. I knew her longer. But, like, understand something? Like, I really looked at that. And I never took that shit for granted. And, like, especially when I met her that first time, when I was younger, like, I actually chilled with her in her house, like. And then there was another time that like I think it was to the point that when there was times that we were going to school, and we would end up going to school together, because we'd be going to the bus stop together. You know what I'm saying? And she sat towards the back, and I sat close to the back, but I was more like 3-4 seats from the back type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was still in the crowd. I was just doing my own thing. First fight I ever got on a bus. Actually, that was the only fight. And it wasn't really a fight. It was like this. I still remember Orlando too. That tall ass motherfucker Orlando. Yeah, I still remember that motherfucker. The reason I said I remember him is because I remember he was playing around with his little bandana, and he had hit me like next to my nose, but next to my eye. And I was like, I picked my head up, and I was looking at him, and I was like, look. Like, but I didn't point at my fucking face. I was just looking at him, and I guess he took it like, oh, you stepping to me, my nigga? And then he started hitting me, and then I remember Chastity came up to me, the Puerto Rican Chastity, that's the same color as Crystal and me. Well, that Alright, there we go. I was trying to turn that shit back on. I'm like, what the fuck? No, but after that shit happened, I remember Chastity had actually, and like get off of him type shit, or stop or some shit. I don't know. Something happened. She said she said something, and then when she came, she came next, and she looked at me, I think, and then was like, if somebody's hitting you, you gotta swing. And then you gotta understand, that was the first time I was ever in a situation like that, so it never happened like that again before. You know what I'm saying? But that was then. Now it's a whole different ball game. I'm like, nigga, you wanna get it popping? Let's get it popping, my nigga. No, let me stop. For motherfuckers start being like, oh, here we go with this loud shit again. Nah, I'm just fucking around. Nah, but seriously, I got memories this. this shit is crazy. Like, motherfuckers don't understand. Like, when I say memories, like, that's why I broke down when I first went through Orange Street after so long of not going through Orange Street. I literally broke down because a lot of shit started hitting me. It started hitting me when I was 18 and living on Orange, and then it started hitting me when I was 13 and I was living on fucking on Capitol. Like, everything started hitting me at once. Everything I had went through, everything I had did, everything I was going through, everything I'd gone through, everything. Niggas, motherfuckers didn't understand that though. And then that's why some motherfuckers started talking shit. Not talking shit, but throwing shade when I started talking about, oh yeah, I was walking through Orange Street and then all of a sudden I got close to the park and I just started breaking down. They're like, the fuck, this nigga saw the park and just started crying? No. Memories. You gotta understand, when I said on Orange Street, I literally lived in the, like, right next to the corner on Orange Street. Right next to that corner, like when you turn and there's the little auto shop right there. I was not the apartment building that's like kind of long. I was at the building next door to that. I was literally right there on the 3rd floor, my nigga. Like, no cap. I was literally staying there. I was staying there. I was like, memories from there was hitting me. Then I started thinking about shit that I was doing that I don't remember, but I remember seeing photos of me and wearing a Tasmanian devil shirt, like shit that somebody had, shit that a chick named Maddie had got me, cause she had got me a shirt. And after she got me the shirt, there was how you call it? There was other people that we were constantly around. I remember Huey. I remember Munchie. And it's crazy because she used to live nearby. But then they moved and shit. I thought it was crazy because I don't remember where the fuck I was, but I remember I was like in the North End or something. I don't know what the fuck I was doing in the North End, if I was catching if I was on a school bus home or something. But I was in the North End for some fucking reason. I really don't remember why, but I remember seeing her out there one time. And I remember seeing Huey out there too. You gotta remember, I remember motherfuckers' names. And I remember when we was on Orange and I was on Orange still, and it was nighttime. And I remember when I remember when Ephraim got in a fight. And I don't remember who the other person was. I think it was with Huey. Was it? I don't know. But my whole point is, I seen when that fight happened. Like, I literally went up to that nigga that day when that shit was still going on. And we was like, there was a bunch of us though. It wasn't just me. It was a bunch of us. And we were trying to just separate it. Because at first we was just watching it. But then when I seen a bunch of people like trying to go separate it, I was like, all right, let's separate this shit. And we separated it then. But I never been the type to forget about shit, or forget about people, or forget about memories, or forget about things I did, or forget about events that happened in my life. Like, that's not like me. Niggas, like, some of the shit that I just spoke about, half of these motherfuckers, like, for real, because they didn't know. So that when they asked somebody that was involved that I mentioned, they're like, oh shit, that really did happen. Oh shit, yeah, I remember that. Damn, that was him. Wait, that's who that BTTM person is? Then shit starts adding up. The motherfuckers start thinking about certain things, and they start wondering, they start asking about certain things. But you gotta understand, if they're not asking certain questions, they're not getting certain answers. So some things are actually left unsaid until certain things are brought up or they're asked about. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, I got so many fucking memories, and niggas like, yeah, you like 100 years old, or you like 75, or you like 55. I'm like, dude, I'm 35 years old, and I just turned 35 this year. Oh, and I really hope nobody did take my fucking bread from United Masters, because if they did, I'ma really have to send a subpoena, and then after that happens, when I find out who did it, I'm gonna personally see that nigga, and I'm gonna smack the living shit out that nigga. I'm gonna make sure whoever does grab him, I'm gonna be like, yo, nah, hold that nigga. If you're not gonna hold that nigga, bring that nigga to me, and I will smack that nigga in front of y'all. But at the end of the day, I need to smack that nigga for taking my bread. Cause think about it. Every month I've been getting money. You see me when I get out, I'm like, you like, damn, this nigga still going to buy shit? And it was because I was going to the store because I was getting paid from the music. I was buying shit that I needed because it was helping us survive. And niggas don't understand that. And because I didn't get that bread this month, I'm struggling more now than what I was doing a month ago. Think about that. And that was from me receiving that last check that I received. And me not receiving shit made shit harder for me this time because I didn't have nothing to fall back on. And I'm like basically waiting until the fucking 3rd to get my food stamps. And it's crazy because I used to get it on the 1st, but then they changed from me getting it on the 1st to me getting it on the 3rd. And I'm like, what the fuck? But it is what it is, right? But I never forgot about nobody. When I say I don't forget a face, I don't forget a face. I might forget a name, but I don't forget a face. I never do. That's why when I look more than once, or I'm looking a little hard, I'm like, nigga, do I know you? And I'm just wondering, you know what I'm saying? But I was talking about that. I was talking about Crystal because, nigga, that was my baby, my nigga. You don't understand. Like, not was. She's still my baby, my nigga. You just gotta understand that. That chick that be driving that TL, nigga, I meant what I said when I said anybody fucking with her, nigga, they got problems with me too. Like, I meant that shit, nigga. Every fucking thing that I ever said about that girl, that's fucking true, nigga. I said I love that girl, nigga, understand that shit, I do. I will fuck somebody up for that girl. The same way I would do for any other girl that I fuck with. I'm a loyal ass nigga. And you know what? It's sad to say that you was my friend because you proved to be unloyal. And I ended up being the loyal one. Think about that. Remember that song? You ain't got loyalty, nah. You ain't got nothing. No, you ain't no friend of me, nah. Remember that song? That's fake love. That's on Motherfuckers Capping for the COD too. That's on YouTube. That's another exclusive. Come on, man. I be telling y'all niggas I got projects, dog. Like, it's not a joke. I can hear a motherfucker now. What kind of title is Motherfuckers Capping for the COD? I made a title, Motherfuckers Capping for the COD, because I was on Call of Duty one day and I said, yo, you know what? I was literally just talking. I was talking shit to somebody. Then it was like, nah. It was like, oh, fuck you. They was talking mad shit. Then all of a sudden they disappeared. I didn't see them again. I ain't bumping into them. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers be capping for the COD, my nigga. And I was literally saying that in the middle of a fucking game while I was live. And I was thinking about that. And I was like, yo, I should make a project called Motherfuckers Capping for the COD, right? Somebody was like, that would be pretty cool. I made it. And then I made part 2. Think about that. When I sit there talking about I be working, nigga, I be working. Motherfuckers still don't even know about Workaholic 2. And that shit, that shit's on Reverb Nation, dog. Like, that's 2021 shit. I'm on 2022 wave right now, dog. But, like, that girl that drive that TL that I was talking about, I meant that shit. Anybody got a problem with her, they got a problem with me. You got a problem with me, you got a problem with 5,253 motherfuckers who are by my side, and they are by that lady's side because she's the first lady to my crew. You ain't know that by now? It's no joke, my nigga. This is serious shit. Y'all see how many fucking likes I got today, didn't you? And if you didn't, go look at my fucking new song, nigga. 60 something likes, 62 fucking likes, dog. Think about that. That was from everybody. That was from a bunch of people in my crew, and I did that because I told everybody, I'm like, yo, make YouTube accounts, because motherfuckers are sitting there acting like y'all not there. And they all made it. And every time I'm going back, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Because I kept looking and I kept taking photos. Like if you can see my photos, you would see I took a photo, and I was like, wow, like I couldn't believe that I had 20 something likes again. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I looked again, and then it said like 35 or some shit. I was like, what? And then I looked again, and it said more than that. So I'm like, and it kept adding up, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, everybody made a fucking account, or everybody that I asked to, they did. And that's honestly, that's what shocked me, because I wasn't expecting that. Some people even was like, Fly, I made an account that was like yours, so motherfuckers could say that shit some more, so that when they hating on you, they could say that shit, and then you could sit there saying some shit about them in a fucking in a song and shit. I was like, yo, y'all fucking stupid, yo. But literally, they really did that shit. So I was like, all right, these motherfuckers bugging. But I got so many memories. Motherfuckers don't understand. Like, yo, a lot of memories, yo. Good ones, bad ones. I try to think about the good ones though more than the bad ones, because the bad ones help us get through certain things and help us be who we are today. But I don't like thinking about the bad sometimes, because sometimes when you think too much about the bad, it reflects on the present, and then you have negative or bad shit in your present because, you know, you was thinking negatively, or your mindset was different because of shit you've been through, or you overthinking shit, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say what I say. That's why I think how I think, and talk how I talk, and feel how I feel, and move how I do, and speak how I do. But to my babies, Savannah, Bree, Beth, Crystal, Liz, Jenny, I love y'all. Be good. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Don't be fucking scared to hit me up. 860-221-5288. Also, don't be afraid to come see me. Even if you want to talk to me, but you scared because you think I'm gonna say or I'm act a certain way. I want you to understand something. If I put myself through hell to protect you, you think I'm gonna get upset about something stupid and just throw all of that shit that I did away? Because you gotta understand, it's been 33 weeks. I literally hung in there for y'all all of this damn time. All of y'all. And I hung in there, regardless what anybody said. I hung in there. And I know some people like, wait, you said Liz. Yeah, I did. I've seen her multiple times at the store. Crazy how I seen her, but I did. And honestly, that's another reason I wanna talk to my girls, because I have a lot to tell y'all. There's a lot to talk about. Why do you think you gotta understand, I'm live and I'm speaking a lot, but I'm still not speaking about every fucking thing. There's still a lot of shit that I'm still not even mentioning. So I want y'all to understand that. There's a lot of shit that we have to talk about, and I just want to get it over and done with so we can say it. You don't know where I'm at? Baby, I'm on Bond Street. I ain't going nowhere. This is my block. I ain't going nowhere. This is my area. You know what I'm saying? When I sit there and I'm like, yeah, this is my city, like, nigga, it's my city. I was born and raised out here, nigga. If you ain't born and raised out here, you can't sit there talking about, oh, it's my city, Nah, fuck that. You can't. If you moved from another area and you moved over here, it's your town, but it's not your city. Your city, I mean, you was born and raised out here. You could word it however differently you want, that's fine, but at the end of the day, this is my city. When I say I got the city on lock, just know I have the city on lock, dog. When I say I'm doing my thing, just know I'm doing my thing. When I say I got a crew of 5,253, just know that with one phone call, nigga, I could change somebody's whole fucking mindset. One call. Also, I wanted to say to people that been fucking with me and been rocking with me and been spending bread with me and been buying the albums, buying the mixes, buying the singles, those that been supporting, thank y'all. Even though this last check I didn't get, I just wanted to say thank y'all. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the shit that I'm doing, I couldn't have done without y'all. And I just want all the real fans out there to know I appreciate y'all a lot. And honestly, that's the biggest difference between me and all of these other niggas. I give a fuck about my fans. These niggas don't. They give a fuck about trying to impress y'all. I'm not trying to impress y'all. I'm trying to make music for y'all. You see the difference? Stay safe. Be good. To my women, I love y'all. Bae, all of my bays out there, you want to see me? I'm on bond. I'm on the two-way, not the one-way. The two-way. And I want you to understand something. 9 times out of 10, when I get off the live, I'm usually getting out, going outside. Usually. But if you want to see me and talk to me, don't be a stranger. I don't bite unless you ask me to. And even that, you like it. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I love y'all, and including my fans. But to my bays, I just want to let y'all know I love y'all a lot with all my heart, and I just hope y'all staying out of trouble and y'all are good. Don't be listening to nobody. Niggas gonna say shit and they're gonna feel some way, they're gonna get mad. That's just emotions now. Now we just gotta live and just make the best out of our situation, because I promise you one thing. Ain't nobody else gonna ever make y'all as happy as I'm gonna make y'all. Take care, baby. All of my babies. I love you. Bye. Till later, should I say. Actually, yeah, that sounds better. Till later. And, if you want to see me, like I said, I'm on bond. But if you start going down Bond, like you're going towards Franklin, and you get to the brick buildings on the left side when you're going down, you went too far. You passed me already. I'm way above that. I'm closer to like going towards the gas station. I'm closer to the apartment buildings at the top. I'm more towards that way. And I want you to also understand something else. I want y'all to remember something else, that no matter if I get mad at y'all, No matter if I get upset, no matter if you get mad, no matter if we talking about shit or not, are we talking to each other, are we not talking, I just want you to know, anytime you with me, you safe. Anytime you need me, I'll be there to protect you. Anytime you need me around, I'll be there. And also, I would never put my hands on you. I would never hurt you. I would never beat you. I would never treat you like shit. I'll never disrespect you. I'll never embarrass you in front of people. I'll never tell you something and lie to you, because I'm always honest. And I know sometimes it seems like that's far-fetched and it's too hard to believe, but at the end of the day, when you look at the bigger picture, you could even tell through my music, I don't lie. I don't try to lie at all. At all. I don't lie about nothing. When I say I met her, I met these women before, I have. When you say to them, I don't want you hanging around this nigga, I don't want you, you know what you're doing when you do that? You're making them want me more. Because you might make them seem like they don't at the moment, but in reality, their curiosity is piquing even more because you're making them not because you're telling them not to fuck with me, or not to talk to me, or not want to be around. You gotta understand, the more you say no, the more they're gonna want to, and then when they actually do, they're gonna want to even more. So it's a lose-lose situation, because you gotta understand something. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be the last nigga they with. I am. And that's because after she leave, y'all niggas, if she's fucking with y'all, if she's talking to one of y'all niggas or whatever, when she get a chance to talk to me, I'm gonna be the last nigga that she with, because I'm gonna be the one that's making everything final, because we're not gonna break up. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be living our best life. You gotta understand. Motherfuckers will sit there trying to act like I'm broke to try to keep her from me, because she need a nigga that is not broke. Because at the end of the day, no chick, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. No chick in this world wants a nigga who got absolutely no fucking bread, nothing going for himself, nothing. And you gotta understand, I done came out in the papers, I done fucking did shows, I done had my own local TV show out here in 2009, I done fucking left the VA, came back, I done fucking started some shit down south, came back up here, started working on some shit out here, did shows, did local shows, did shows out of state. And the shows out of state, after we left that show, we went to the after party, and then after that there was an after party, after that there was an after party, so there was an after party after the after party, and after the after party there was another after party, and it was like that all night long. And then, like around 5:30, some shit like that, when we was going home, there was still people going over there to party. Also, I was supposed to be part of a contest, basically, for Coast to Coast Live. Also, I was on a couple Coast to Coast mixtapes. Niggas didn't know that. I was on a Coast to Coast mixtape back in the days for my project There's Only One Me. Niggas don't know about that project. Why? Go to SoundCloud, you'll know about it. Another project y'all motherfuckers probably don't know about. Birth of an Artist 1 through fucking 7. All on SoundCloud. Ready for Success. All on SoundCloud. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas. When I tell y'all niggas I be working, dog, I be working. I'm not one of these niggas that say, oh, I'm on my job. And when you look, what's that nigga doing? Sitting there playing with his fucking thumbs the whole fucking time. Not doing shit. Just sitting there. Looking bored. But like I was saying, absolutely no fucking chick in this world wants to be with a nigga that got no fucking bread at all. And then on top of that, what makes it worse is when a nigga sits there try to act like they got bread, and it's just because they have a couple bucks on them, right? But then once that bread is gone, they don't have bread until they bust the move. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the thing is, if they sit there that whole entire, let's say they sit there that whole entire month, they'll sit there broke as fuck that whole entire month. They won't have shit that whole entire month. And then after that month, they'll still be broke because they never got up and bust that move. I don't have to do that. I don't have to get up and go do this and go to, nigga. Not only do I have a check that come to me all the time, but I'm the type of nigga, when I got money, I'm not a greedy ass nigga. But at the same time, I'm not a giving ass nigga either. I'm not a nigga that's gonna be like, here. But if somebody asking me for something, I don't have no problem helping them. Not to mention 40, another nigga that owe me bread, because one day, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the day that he went to go see her was the day that he had $50 on him, and that $50 was $50 he got from me. Because he said, yo, can I borrow 50 bucks? You know I'm good for it. I got you, bro. I was like, nigga, I know you good for it. Here, just pay me when you get it. I throw money when people really need it, and I know they really need it, and I can help, and not affect myself and my son's situation negatively. I think before I act, but at the same time, I have a kind heart, and I have no problem looking out for others. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be the nigga that's just sitting there helping motherfuckers, and then when I need motherfuckers, ain't nobody there to help me. Yeah, 40 was there from time to time to help me when he did, but that was like once or twice. Who the hell was helping me the rest of that time? Nobody. Now my mom, nigga, nobody. My mom started helping me now because of situation that's been going on, and she found out about something, and she said, hey, I know you need help. Check this out. Check this spot out over here. Or there's a food truck over here. Go check out a food truck. Or if not a food truck, or there's a food pantry. I don't think they got food pantries out here, do they? I don't really know. But in VA, they have food pantries where it was just like a food truck, but it was just a building, and you go there and they'll give you food. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll have it's like a headquarters where they just like mad fucking shit that they just give to people that really need it and are really in need type shit. They'll give you rice, they'll give you macaroni. Sometimes, in VA, they'll even give you strawberry shortcakes and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, strawberry shortcakes, nigga, I need some of those. Them shit's bang. I remember my cousin got hooked to those, and he used to always eat them shits all the time, and I was like, let me get one. So I would buy one, and then I try it, and ever since that first time I ate it, I got hooked on that shit. Think about it. Well, the women that know me wouldn't know who I was talking about anyways. I mean, they might know them, but then again, they might not. But yeah, I'm doing too much talking. I said I was about to get off. I wanna go eat something. Do I want to eat something? I don't know. Maybe I want to eat something. Maybe I want to drink something. Maybe I'm just going to eat a banana and call it a day. I don't know. But, to all of my bays out there, all of them, don't forget I love y'all. And don't forget, if y'all ever need me, I'm just a phone call away, or just a drive down a fucking couple blocks. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going nowhere. I know at one point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm not going nowhere. the way everything is in my situation, and you gotta understand, I got my company registered here. If I did all that moving shit, I would literally have to, before I move, I would literally have to go to City Hall and be like, yo, I gotta change my address for my company. My company is issued from my house. So when a motherfucker sit there like, I'm like, dude, my company is a registered company. Like, it's an official company at City Hall, dog. And like, it's literally registered. Like, it shows. I have everything, every single item that I've ever purchased that I use for music. All of that shit is listed over there. They have a list of that shit. Every fucking device, every fucking phone I use for the music, they have a list of that shit. All of them. Every fucking thing. All of the phones. All of the fucking computers. The fucking PlayStations. Everything. Because at the end of the day, the PlayStations are where I'm promoting my shit at. That's what a lot of people don't think about. They're like, oh, he's on the game trying to promote. I'm on a game trying to promote. But you know what? I got a lot of shit going on, and I was actually collecting bread from my shit. I didn't collect anything this month, but I just hope it's because maybe nobody purchased, but I think that's bullshit, because as hard as I worked and as much fucking music as I got and as many plays as I've been seeing that I've been getting is bullshit. I got fucking people buying shit, and the thing is, I must have had so many people buying shit. If somebody saw that and was like, let me grab that shit real quick, and then they try to sit there and act like I didn't get anything. I get a check every month, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes I get a check every month and I get my food stamps, right? But I want you to understand something. At times, I had to use money, even with as much as I get, to buy food, because, like, think about now, you know what I'm saying? I would have spent money on everything that I needed, and everything else I would have had left over, I would have used to buy food, whether it was a pizza or mac and cheese or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that changed shit, was the fact that we started getting that little boost in food stamps. So it's like we was getting food stamps, and then towards the end of the month, bang, we get another boost. I ran through that shit like it was nothing because I needed food that badly. It's crazy though. It's like towards the middle of the month, well, not the middle, but towards like kind of like the middle, but kind of like the end, around the time when I usually get that check for the music. That's around the time that I usually get the food stamps. And what's weird is that I didn't get the food stamps either. Did I? Let me check. Let me check just to be on to make sure I got my story straight. I don't want to fucking be saying something and I be wrong or some shit. You know what I mean? I probably did get it. No, you know what? That's bullshit. I did get it. I remember. I did get it, and I went to the store and I bought a few things. I didn't buy too much, but I bought a few things, and it was just because I needed a few things, and I wanted to make sure we ate and made shit last. But it's different when you're actually. It's different when you shopping and buying meals, and when you have the food, you're sitting there and you're making meals instead of just eating a bunch of this little small shit until you decide to cook. Like, it's easier to make meals and make your food last that way. So then when you get hungry and you don't, you're making meals and shit, but then let's say one day you don't want to make a meal, you're like, go eat one of those little snacks. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from my baby mother, because when she used to get she used to get upset when we spent the money the wrong way, and then it got to the point where she started going, and it was just because sometimes we would go to different stores. Like sometimes we'll go to a Food Lion, and that shit would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the price, like Food Lion is like Save a Lot. Yeah, Food Lion is like Save a Lot in VA. We used to hit up that spot all the time, and that was just down the street from us. Niggas like, what the fuck is Food Lion? It's a grocery store, fool. You can tell y'all niggas never been out the fucking state. Yo, nah, but yeah, Food Lion is a grocery store. It's like a regular grocery store, nigga. It's just like Walmart. They sell food. They sell hot food. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if they sell hot food. I don't remember if they sell hot food, but I remember they sell food. A lot of fucking food that you gotta cook and shit. But that was where we always went to get the milk, to get the formula, to buy the food, the shit that we needed. But sometimes when we did that, it was best for us to actually go to Walmart, because sometimes we go to the Walmart out there, and the Walmart out there is a super Walmart. Like, if you gotta look for a Walmart out there, it's a super Walmart. Like, understand something, like, niggas, like, for real, like, yeah, you gotta understand, nigga, I used to live in Southwest, but I was on the nice side of Southwest. I wasn't on the ghetto side, but we went there from time to time. We knew people from time to time out there, but, you know, we spent our time where we were because it was a nice area. It was a perfect place to raise a kid, and that's what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what my goal was, to raise my child in a place where I could raise him in peace. You know what I'm saying? And instead, I ended up out here. One thing I said before I ever had a kid, I never wanted to raise my son out here. I said that shit. I enjoyed it so much more in a different state because it was peaceful all the time. There was still shit happening, but it was more chill than what it is out here. Out here, all niggas want to do is fight, start problems, talk about shooting niggas, shoot niggas, you know what I'm saying, mad, beat niggas, beat bitches, you know what I'm saying, rape bitches, all types of shit. That's the type of shit niggas want to do out here. And I'm not cool with that. I like to have fun, nigga. I like to do shit. I'm a nigga that like to host events. I like to have fun with people. I like to go out. I like to do shit. I like making videos. When I say making videos, I mean like music videos, like actual music videos, and having the baddest bitches in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like shit like that. But it's like, I don't know, sometimes I just wonder what people think, what's on people's minds and shit sometimes when they do some of the stupid shit that they do. Is like, dude, are you even thinking of not doing it? Like, or are you just thinking about doing the stupid shit that you're doing? Because it's like niggas is warning you not to do shit, but you're just still doing it. Like, and sometimes it makes me wonder if niggas is scared of the nigga or what it is. But then again, you never know. I mean, it could be anything. But I always looked at it like it was because niggas was scared, because at the end of the day, a motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing and say nothing to another motherfucker that they scared of, and that's the truth. I don't care how you look at it, especially in my situation. And I mean, you can sit there saying you're not scared, but one, I beg to differ, and two, I got 5,253 motherfuckers that don't fucking like you, and they see you all the time, and sometimes they just like, nigga, give me the word, just let me do it, let me get them real quick. And because I say no, that's the reason they don't get you. But there's so many opportunities that a lot of these people have. And you gotta understand, that day that y'all niggas were in my house, Pinky was literally around the corner. Around the corner on Barker at a friend's house. That's what y'all niggas didn't understand. That night, nigga, that night, Pinky and Tiffany were on Barker at a friend's house that we knew out there. Think about that. They want, you don't understand. They wanted to kill you, chop you in pieces. They wanted to torture y'all niggas. Just like I did. Because at the end of the day, what you did was wrong. So understand my anger and understand the wild shit that I want to do and they wanted to do and why. Because at the end of the day, it was because of y'all that shit happened. I want you to understand something. If when she said, I want to fix shit with him, you would have said, all right, you want me to go introduce you? Or you want me to bring you down to him right now? And you would have brought her down to me, she would never look at y'all niggas the same way that she look at y'all niggas now. Because she would have had a whole different look at y'all niggas. When she look at y'all niggas, all she think is rapists. Regardless what they think, regardless what anybody says. You gotta understand, that's the first thing on their mind when they look at you now, and it's because of what you did. Then it's like, oh, why you bringing it up? And that's what it doesn't matter. You still did it, my nigga. You weren't supposed to do that. That's like, nigga, that's like me fucking Jazzy, my nigga. Like, it's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. That's a violation, my nigga. Like, think about that. Yeah, that was your baby mother, but understand this shit, nigga. That was mine. Period. And I said, nigga, there's gonna be a couple bitches I wouldn't have you fucking with ever. And I literally said to you before, I said, nigga, I will kill you if you fuck with these bitches I'm talking about. And I said that after you said, if you was to ever fuck with Jazzy, nigga, I'll kill you. And I was like, I know. And I was like, there's a couple bitches I fuck with that if you ever tried to fuck with, I will kill you, nigga. And I meant that shit. And the only reason I didn't is because of your fucking son, my nigga. Because if we would have never, you gotta understand something though. If we would have never been as close as we was, and I would have never spent as much time with you and your kid as me and my kid spent with you and your kid, understand something. Shit would have went really left that night. Because I wouldn't have given a fuck, and I would have gave them the fucking word, and they would have did whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Pinky, you don't want no problems with that bitch. Not only is that bitch crazy, but she's a cop now. And you don't want no problems with Tiffany, because Tiffany is a fed now. So think about that. You don't want the FBI or the police at your door. And I suggest you fall the fuck back, my nigga. Because even though they have those positions of authority now, they told us if we need them, let them know. And they said if they ever needed us, they gonna let us know, and we gonna handle whatever the fuck they need us to handle. So think about it. It's a favor for a favor now, nigga. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to tell y'all niggas nothing. I don't have to address shit. But if I wanted to, I could. And remember something. I never forgot that motherfuckers asked me to join LK with you, nigga. I never forgot that shit. I never forgot about the tattoo on your left wrist that I saw the day that you was in my fucking place, and you pulled my girl from the window when she was sitting there staring at me. And the only reason I was ever upset at my girl was because when I was looking at her and she was staring at me while that fucking while the DCF worker, while she was typing in that little computer, the only thing I was upset about her about was when she was standing there and she didn't just walk in. Because if she would have walked in, that shit would have changed the game that night. That shit would have changed everything that night. Y'all niggas would have got arrested. Mad shit would have happened. And you gotta understand, because she ended up staying with you because you grabbed her and made it seem like she was your girl, even though you was posing as she was and she wasn't. Because you gotta understand something, nigga. She was still my girl before that. Before you started chilling with her, before you started pulling up in that little gray car and then your black car and the other one, all these cars that you started trying to switch up on that were other people's cars, understand something. Man, niggas don't understand. This shit is something, my nigga. Like, and it's like, yo, you gotta understand, nigga. These are not made up stories, nigga. This is like really what's been going on, dog. Like, this is what's been going on the last 33 weeks, and a little bit before, but you gotta understand something. Before you was out here trying to fucking pull up on her and all that shit, nigga, I was already talking to her. You gotta understand something that you do not understand. You started trying to talk to her on MySpace. I was talking to her back then on MySpace. Well, I was trying to talk to her on MySpace then too. But the difference, I knew her before that. So when I say what I say, it's for a reason. You gotta understand something. She's never gonna look at me as anything other than her husband, because that's how she always looked at me. When she looked at me as her husband. That's why I said she's like, yo, that's why I said y'all niggas could be the nigga she around, but y'all niggas ain't gonna be the last nigga that she's with. And I say that because I'm gonna be that last nigga, and it's because she looks at me as her husband. And what is that holy matrimony shit till the end. Exactly my point. That's why I said I'm gonna be the last one. So when I say that's my girl, nigga, respect it. When I say niggas got a fucking problem with her, they got a problem with me, respect it or check me. And if you're not going to check me, then shut the fuck up and don't disrespect me and don't talk about me negatively. Because just as quick as y'all niggas could talk about me, it's just as quick as I could talk about y'all niggas too. Just as much shit as you got to say is just as, I got 3 times as much shit to say than y'all niggas do. Because I know more shit about y'all niggas. All of y'all niggas. And the thing is, this shit about y'all niggas that I still haven't told niggas. But if I did, it'd make a lot of niggas look at you differently. A lot of niggas. And when I say that, I want you to think about something. And when I say that, I want you to think about it. It could be anything. It could be something you told me. Well, it won't be something well, it might not be something I told you. It's something you told me because you wouldn't remember that. Because you be forgetting shit like crazy. What did you do yesterday morning? He don't even know. Nah, but real shit. Like, I say what I say because it's true, nigga. Like, besides all those opportunities I was speaking about that I did, getting played on the radio in Las Vegas since 2016. And I'm still getting played to this day. I want y'all to understand that. Y'all niggas are local artists compared to me. I've been getting played in Las Vegas since 2016. It was right towards the end of the year, right before I got with my girl. So that happened, I started getting played. I kept making music every day. Then I met my girl again, and then bam, next thing you know, we together. Crazy, because I was on the phone with her, and as soon as I hung up the phone with her, it was the very first time I was ever on the phone with her. We spoke on the phone for like 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes, I hung up the phone with her. She said she was gonna call me back. I was like, all right, babe. I hung up. As soon as I hung up, the radio station was calling me. I picked it up. They were trying to interview me, so they interviewed me, and then I had to say the shit that I would say for the radio station. It was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, you know where you gotta lock that Hot Rush Radio. You know, all that good shit. So I would say that shit, and then, you know, I had to do it like 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Because I kept fucking up when I was saying it, and then I noticed that my girl was calling, and I was like, fuck. She's calling, and I'm on the phone, and then she was trying to figure out why I wasn't picking up the phone, and she kept calling me, and she was getting heated because I wasn't picking up the phone. And she was like, why ain't this nigga picking up the fucking phone? He gonna pick up my fucking call. He's not gonna be ignoring my call. Got me fucked up, type of bitch you think I am. That's what I got from that's what I got from, you know, her attitude. But aside from that, she I finished the interview up, got off the phone, then she called again like not even 2 minutes later, and I picked it up, and I was like, babe, I'm sorry I didn't answer. I was in the middle of a interview on the radio station. And she was like, and I was like, no, for real. Like, she really didn't believe me, but in reality, I really was. Like, that's really what I was doing. And she was like, you better not be talking to no other bitches. And I was like, nah, I wasn't. I mean, I was talking to a chick, but I wasn't just talking to a chick. I was also talking to a dude because it was her husband. You know what I'm saying? And they run the radio station together type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that and I was like, okay. So I would sit there and talk to her and, you know, just enjoy my day with her. But I was constantly, like, when I wasn't on the phone with her, or when she said she was gonna call me back, I was working on shit. I was doing this, I was doing that. I was trying to drop on this, I was trying to drop on that. Ain't no shame in my game for what I'm about to say either. So I'm just gonna say it. There was a record I did back in 2019. It was called Act Different. I made the record, and when you hear the record, you hear purchase this beat, blah 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 blah, whatever, right? So you gotta understand, I made that record, and then it inspired. I believe it honestly, my personal belief, I believe it inspired Tony Sunshine to work on the beat, because he might not have gotten on it if he didn't hear somebody on it. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe he was passing through YouTube and he heard it. But I don't know how that played out. But at the end of the day, he got on that beat, the same beat that I did, after I did. So, you know, when he made Shots Fired, that was a record that he did, but he did it after I made the record Act Different on the same beat. Only difference, he purchased the beat. So technically, if I wanted to purchase it to play that record and have it on Spotify and all that shit, I couldn't, because I would literally get sued for that shit. You get what I'm saying? That's my whole point. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I felt like personally it inspired him to work on it and to, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he even had a video. But there was that. There was getting on Spotify, and at first it was just Spotify. Then it went from Spotify to Spotify and YouTube. Then it went from Spotify and YouTube to Apple Music. Then from there, getting on Google Music and all this other shit, and Tidal and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And I started really taking over Reverb Nation. I ended up starting 2020 in rank 1, and after that, that's when niggas started really hating on me, and I believed it, because come on, man, I was in rank 1, dog. I was there for 2 weeks, excuse me, and every time I got back up there, the next time I got back up there after that 2 weeks, I was up there for almost 2 weeks. But the only reason I wasn't up there for 2 weeks again was because the day before it would have been 2 weeks, I dropped. Well, not the day before, the actual day of, I had already dropped down to 2. So I was trying to hang in there to make it 2 weeks, and I kept posting, I kept working on new shit, I kept, you know, trying to make sure I was getting plays, I kept promoting my shit, I was doing mad shit. SoundCloud, if you really pay attention on my SoundClouds, all of them, you'll actually look and you'll be like, oh, some of this shit is, You gotta understand, some of that some of the shit was before 2012. There's not too many things that you find a trace that leads to before 2012, because when you look at my YouTube, the first video on my YouTube is from 2012. Think about that. So when you seeing all of these other records and you hearing 2010, 2011, or whatever the fuck year, or you seeing the actual dates, niggas start realizing certain things. Or if you're not seeing the dates but you looking at SoundCloud and you seeing that it says 9 years ago or some shit, it's like it's time invested. Like, you had to invest a lot of time to even do a lot of the shit that I've done, and niggas don't understand that this shit is time consuming. Nigga, you gotta understand, if I can't do this shit and be successful, none of y'all motherfuckers can. Understand that shit. If I can't do something and be successful with it, y'all motherfuckers can't do it either. You know why? Because y'all niggas have worked hard, y'all niggas is high, but y'all niggas ain't fucking with me. None of y'all. And at the same time, I got hella fucking music. And I'm rapping, I'm singing, I'm making beats, I'm doing videos. Shit, I might even be getting my dick sucked while I'm playing a song. I'm just joking, but my whole point is, nigga, I'm doing a lot of shit, my nigga. That's my point. My point is, I'm doing a lot of shit, my nigga. A lot of shit. And my whole point is, I'm even doing things that y'all niggas are not doing. So I want you to understand something. If I can't do something, I want you to understand something. Y'all niggas ain't never gonna be able to do it either. Because at the end of the day, you might have hot shit, but you ain't gonna be able to keep going. And the trick is to keep going. None of y'all motherfuckers could say y'all kept going and kept going side by side with me. You might have been dropping shit and doing shit, but when I'm dropping, you not dropping. And when I stop dropping, that's the only time you dropping. Think about that. I move differently. I don't move like everybody, nigga. And remember what I said, nigga. I want you to understand something too. And until you do this, I don't want to hear shit. Make 50 records. In 2 weeks and a half. Not in less than, but in 2 weeks and a half. Make 50 records. Because that's what I did. I even dropped 7 records in one day and I produced 4 of them. Think about that. I worked my ass off to get where I'm at, nigga. None of y'all niggas have done that. None of y'all. None of y'all. So remember what I said, my nigga. If I can't do it, none of y'all niggas could do it. Because the only reason some of y'all are getting the attention that y'all getting is because niggas don't know the truth about y'all niggas. And you gotta understand, when niggas find out about certain attachments that you have, and that's the reason for certain people detaching themselves from y'all, that's when more people detach themselves from y'all as well, because they don't want to hang around y'all, because they don't want to be around y'all, because being around y'all fucks up they rep because of what you're being called now. A rapist, a woman beater, a stalker. These are things that y'all are being called now. And understand something, niggas ain't trying to be around y'all because of that. And that's the truth. But you gonna sit there try to say, oh, I didn't, it was consensual. No, the fuck it wasn't. You can say that shit, but understand that, nigga, you was beating the shit out of my girl, and she did not want to do shit with you at first. I still hear the fucking screaming in my fucking head, nigga. So nigga, I heard that shit and I can still hear it in my head. I can still hear it. And the reason I said I can still hear it, because that's all I could fucking think about when I hear your name. The same with the other niggas too. And I just find it crazy how y'all niggas were the ones that with my peoples the fucking most. And y'all niggas was the ones trying to set me up. But I know one thing though. You wasn't expecting your plan to backfire like I made it backfire. Yeah. And then on top of that, you didn't think I had nobody by my side. Yeah. The tables have been turned a long time ago, bro. You might have people with you, but you don't have people around you because they want to be around you. Some people are obligated to be around you because of the ties they have to you. Think about that. That one was deep. If you wasn't paying attention, you stupid. But dude, that shit was deep. What I just said. If you ain't hear it, nigga, go rewind that shit, dog. But to my girl though, to my girls, to my bays, should I say, to my bays. I try not to think about bad things all the time. I try to stay positive. I try to think positive, but it's not easy. A lot of times people want you to think negatively because they want you to do negative, because they want you to do bad. And they think about that a lot when they see you doing better than them. You gotta understand, at one point 40 was losing his job and mad shit. He was losing mad shit all at once. His apartment, mad shit. He was just losing shit left and right. He wasn't trying to, but it just happened like that. And you know, it just go from losing one thing to another to then start seeing his you know, the person that was his boy having mad shit, still getting new shit, still buying shit, still doing shit, still smoking hella shit, and just enjoying my life. And he's like, damn. And he's just looking at me like, because I'm paying bills, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and he's just like, fuck. And he's mad because he got to do all of this shit. But at the end of the day, anytime he ever asked me for help, I helped him. When that nigga was stuck in the motherfucking rain waiting for these motherfuckers to go to their house because that's where he was gonna stay at, he had to wait 3 hours. I stayed in the rain with that nigga for 3 hours until he actually was able to get in. I had a place I could go because I wasn't staying in my house where I'm at now. I was staying at a relative's house, and because I was gonna stay there, I called. I was like, yo, I'm gonna be there in a little bit. I'm just waiting for this dude to get in his house. And he was like, all right. I stood there with him the whole time while it was pouring rain. I stood out in that motherfucker with him. Nigga, if that ain't loyalty, I don't know what the fuck is. Because at the end of the day, nigga, I would have fucking, that would have been anybody else, they would have left home. They would have said, nigga, I see you later, deuces. And they would have went home. Every fucking person would have did that. Every person. I stood out in that rain with him the whole fucking time. When we was on the block chilling, not chilling, when we was on the blocks moving shit, and dude hop out the window, stickers on the ground, tussling with this nigga now, and I'm like, I whipped out my switchblade at this time. I was like, yo, let me know what you want me to do. You want me to cut this nigga, bro? I'll cut this nigga right now. You gotta understand, I was part of this nigga's crew already. At this moment that I'm talking about, that little crew that he had tattooed on his wrist, I was in his crew then. At that moment that I said that. Niggas didn't understand that, but that's what it was. There was another time somebody was trying to steal into his aunt's car and shit. It was pouring rain that night. I remember Macho grabbed the fucking dog. After Macho grabbed the dog, Glacius, you know, me and 40 grabbed our shit, put our shoes on and started running out the fucking door. Oh, no, we had our shit on, but we just ran out the fucking door too, and we all started chasing them niggas down the street, and then Macho was with the fucking dog and everything. Like, understand shit, nigga. I remember everything. I think Bubble was there too. I think it was me, Bubble, Macho, and Glacius the dog, and 40. We were all running down the fucking street, trying to chase after the niggas that was trying to break into his aunt's car. Like, I've done a lot of shit, and not everything I did these niggas are gonna know, because they weren't around for shit that I did. Some things they were around for, some things I was around for, but other things they weren't, and other things I wasn't, because I had other places I was at. Sometimes I was in a different state, sometimes I was in a different city. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at that live in the studio record from The Birth of an Artist Volume 1, the music video that I did, when you look at that video, that was in New Haven. I mean, I said New Haven, that was New London. My bad. I fucked up. Yeah, that was New London, my bad. But yeah, that was New London. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. I was traveling, I was moving around, I was doing shit, I was grabbing clips. I knew what I wanted to do. I was just executing the move. You know what I'm saying? Now, you gotta understand something. I didn't join LK when he asked me to, when they asked me to, because I was already in that crew that was tattooed on his wrist. And I said that because the story I just told you, nigga. Like, I did shit. I looked out for this nigga all the time. Anytime this nigga had some shit going on, I was always there. Even if I wasn't actually, let's say he was on the other side of town and shit popped off or some shit, he was over there. But anytime he leaves from wherever the fuck he's at, or anything's going on, regardless if it was chaos, a big fight, whatever the fuck it was, he always came back over here, and we always chopped it up. I was always here when he needed me. You know what I'm saying? There was one time he ever asked me to go with him somewhere, and that one time I didn't. I don't remember what the fuck I said, what was the reason why not, but I just said I couldn't at the time. But then there was another time that shit popped up, and I didn't know about it until he came to my crib, and then he was telling me about everything that happened, and I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. I was like, nigga really said some shit like that? And he was like, yeah, nigga really said some shit like that to me. And then, you know, like, those times that he was coming around and there was just problems, and he just needed to get his mind off of shit. And I'm like, yo, let's go get something to drink. I was like, yo, my treat. And he was like, all right. You know, no, I was like, sometimes I'll be like, yo, my treat, and other times he was like, yo, treat. And I was like, yeah, all right, sure, I got you, bro. But then when I couldn't, I was like, nigga, yo, treat. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? When he had it. And when he couldn't, you know, he just couldn't. But even when he needed shit for something, even when I asked him, yo, can you do something for me? He always did it. That's why I never understood. He was such a good friend before. I couldn't believe that after all the fucking history we got, he did what he did that night 33 weeks ago, because it made me look at him differently. I couldn't trust him after that. I knew I could never leave him with my bitch anywhere, or any bitch anymore. You know what I'm saying? But real shit, all bullshit aside, nigga, like, and to my bays, you'll be surprised at what I won't be upset about, because you'll look at shit a little bit differently. And I say that because that's why we needed to talk, fool. Bays, I've been telling y'all we needed to talk, because there's certain things that are never gonna be spoken about on a live, but I will tell you in person. I can't tell you in a text message either. I'm not going to tell you on the phone. It has to be said in person. That's why I've been trying to see you over and over and over, because we have to talk. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm good. What you thinking I'm gonna be upset about, you're gonna laugh about with me in the end, because you're gonna be like, for real? And you're just gonna laugh. Because it's not gonna be as bad as you think it is. But I know you've been through a lot of shit, and because you've been through a lot of shit that's bad, it's making you think badly. Don't think like that. I promise you, you're in good hands with me. You're safe. Nothing bad's gonna fucking happen. But just know I'm here. Reach out. Stop being scared. Because in the end, once you realize what I gotta talk to you about, or once you not realize, but once you find out what I gotta talk to you about, you're gonna be mad that you didn't come sooner over here to talk to me. Because then you're gonna realize how much time you wasted being scared about not coming to see me. I mean, about coming to see me and shit going left. When in reality, if you would have just showed up, we would have spoke about what needed to be spoken about, had a couple laughs, that shit would have been over and done with, it. You would have been like, damn, I wish I would have said that a long time ago. Or I wish we would have talked a long time ago. I mean, you would have looked at the whole situation a lot different. And I'm telling you for a reason. Stop being scared. Stop being mad. I know every motherfucker done got mad to the point that they beat you. I'm not gonna do that. Trust me. Listen to what the fuck I'm telling you. You're good with me. I want you to also understand something, baby. When you with me, one thing you gotta understand and one thing you gotta learn, you gonna learn a lot of shit through me. You're not just gonna, what you thought my baby mother was just with me and she didn't learn a lot of shit being with me? She learned a lot of shit being with me too. But what I'm saying is, the shit that you don't understand and you don't know is gonna make sense when we talk. And that's why I'm saying you're gonna regret not talking to me. You're gonna regret not talking to me as long as you did, because you're gonna wish you spoke sooner. Like I was asking you to, because in the end, you was gonna look at shit differently. You wasn't gonna be scared. You wasn't gonna be mad. You wasn't gonna get hit. None of that shit. If anything was gonna happen, you was gonna be laughing. You was gonna be happy. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Then I was gonna tell you certain things about that night, and I was gonna ask you certain questions about that night. Certain things that I had a question about, but I wasn't sure. Not bad shit, so don't think bad. Not everything is bad. I just want you to understand that. Sometimes a thing, I know every time niggas brought shit up and they wanted to talk to you about something that was always bad and negative and led to deeper bad situations. That's not gonna happen over here. But I just want you to understand that, so that way you can get over this fear and you can move on with your life, so we can move things along and be at a better place with each other. Because right now, it's like you trust me, you love me with all your heart, but then sometimes you feel like you don't, or you can't, because of what people are making you believe, what people are making you see, because they want you to see something to believe what they're saying. But in reality, if you understood everything, you would understand that these niggas have been lying to you the whole entire time. These niggas been trying to get you to fucking listen to me, to only disagree with me to people, to make it seem like they're the innocent person, when in reality, the reason why you had lost your memory was because of these niggas. Because they beat the shit out of you. And I was the one sitting there trying to defend you that whole entire night. That whole entire night. And I remember hearing niggas that very next day, that nigga held his own. Like, that's, I heard. But I thought about shit like that, and I thought about it a lot, because it made me think, like, damn, I was really doing something. Like, I did something right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm like, nigga, that was my girl. I just did what I could, but part of me was like, damn, maybe I should have did a little bit more. But then I'm like, I started thinking, because even the next day, not the police, even the next day, the dudes came again. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I didn't lock the door, the only reason I didn't knock the door, kick the door in, was because I was thinking about the next day and if they needed to lock the door. That's the only reason. The window downstairs was already broken. You get what I'm saying? I didn't want shit to get fucked up or the shit to get broken even more. You know what I'm saying? Or for y'all need to lock the door or something and then y'all not be able to. You know what I'm saying? Because at the whole time, even before that night, my girl was already staying up there. You get what I'm saying? She was up there. So while she was up there, I was thinking, damn, the only ones that are going to be up here is my girl and my mom. And I'm like, shit, I'm going to have to make sure that they're able to lock that door if they need to lock that door. And that's why I didn't knock the door down. Otherwise, I would have, and I would have broke Joel's jaw that day. Because, nigga, I knew that nigga was right behind that motherfucker with a gun. Right behind that fucking door. That's why I set up in front of that door, and I was like, nigga, come on. Open that fucking door. Put that gun down so I can whoop your ass. I literally said, nigga, I'm an alpha male for that pussy. Nigga, I'm ready to die for that pussy. I hope you ready to die, because I am. For that pussy. I didn't say it like that, but I said it though. And what nigga, the way you seen it in the video, when that big muscle dude said it on IG, I said it just like that. Like all bullshit aside, I really said it just like that. But my whole point is, I said that shit and I literally set up. I was close to the fucking edge of the steps. And I was like, nigga, come on. Behind me was fucking like 5 steps. And I'm standing in front of those steps. And I'm like, nigga, what's good? I set up in front of the door and everything. Nigga never opened the fucking door, dog. But he was there. Come on, man. What I was saying before was that there's certain things that I'm not gonna want to talk about. It's on my life. Certain things, if I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna just talk to my girl about it. And after we talk about it, it's gonna be over and done with. I'm never gonna bring it up again. I'm never gonna talk about it because I don't want to talk about it again. It's like a nightmare I just want to be over and done with. Because as of right now, this nightmare still ain't over. We're still in the middle of it. I only have one question. Before I ask this question, I'm gonna say this one last time to my babies. I love you, my babies. The question I'm gonna ask now, and I'm gonna end the live with this: when is the nightmare gonna end? If it's still going on now, the question I'm asking now is, when is the nightmare gonna end? Because it's still going on. Stay safe, be safe. Catch y'all next time.